Script, approximately 11 minutes. What happens when duty collides with a father's deepest fears? For years, Princess Leonor has been preparing for a future unlike any other. As the heir to the Spanish throne, every stage of her education has been carefully planned, from academic studies to military service. But one chapter of that journey reportedly raised more concern than almost any other: advanced weapons training. Could King Felipe VI, despite his own distinguished military background, have privately worried about his daughter's participation in some of the most dangerous aspects of military instruction? And how do military commanders balance the need to train the future Queen of Spain with the responsibility of protecting her safety? Today, we're taking a closer look at the dangerous weapon training that sparked debate and why it became one of the most closely watched moments in Princess Leonor's military journey. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's begin. Princess Leonor's military education was never expected to be symbolic. From the moment she entered Spain's military academy, officials made it clear that she would experience much of the same demanding instruction as her fellow cadets. Long days, strict discipline, physical endurance, tactical exercises, and leadership training became part of her daily routine. The goal wasn't simply to create impressive photographs. It was to prepare Spain's future queen to understand the responsibilities and sacrifices of the country's armed forces. Yet among all the different parts of military life, weapons training naturally attracted the greatest public attention. Modern military instruction requires cadets to become familiar with firearms and the principles of their safe handling. This includes learning proper safety procedures, marksmanship fundamentals, maintenance, and discipline under the close supervision of qualified instructors. For most cadets, this is simply another step in their education. For Princess Leonor, however, every moment carried enormous public interest. As the future monarch, she represents the continuity of the Spanish state. Any accident, no matter how minor, would have consequences far beyond the training ground. That reality meant every exercise involving weapons demanded extraordinary planning. King Felipe understands this better than almost anyone. Before becoming king, he completed extensive military training across Spain's army, navy, and air force. He knows firsthand that military readiness cannot exist without realistic instruction. But he also understands something else. He isn't only Spain's king. He's Leonor's father. Like any parent, seeing your child participate in potentially hazardous activities naturally brings concern. Although there is no public evidence that King Felipe tried to stop Leonor's official weapons training, many royal observers believe he would have been especially attentive to the risks involved. Military instructors faced a unique challenge. On one hand, treating Leonor differently could undermine the credibility of her training. On the other hand, ignoring the unique security responsibilities surrounding the future queen would be impossible. The solution was careful balance. Princess Leonor reportedly trained under the same professional safety standards expected of every cadet while benefiting from additional security measures appropriate for her role. Every exercise involving firearms follows strict procedures. Weapons remain unloaded until instructed. Safety inspections occur repeatedly. Instructors carefully supervise every movement. Cadets learn that discipline matters more than speed. These routines exist to protect everyone on the training range. For Leonor, they carried even greater significance. Military officials wanted her to gain genuine experience while minimizing unnecessary risk. Observers sometimes mistake this careful supervision for special treatment. In reality, modern military organizations apply rigorous safety protocols to every recruit. Professional armed forces recognize that accidents are prevented through preparation, repetition, and discipline, not chance. Princess Leonor's weapons instruction became another opportunity to demonstrate those values. Former military officers have often noted that confidence with weapons isn't measured by aggression. It's measured by responsibility. A disciplined soldier respects both the capability and the danger of every firearm. That lesson forms the foundation of professional military culture. Leonor's instructors reportedly emphasized exactly those principles throughout her education. Rather than focusing on dramatic scenarios, they concentrated on safe handling, concentration, teamwork, and accountability. These qualities mattered just as much as technical skill. Public fascination, however, often focused elsewhere. Every photograph showing Leonor wearing military equipment sparked headlines. Every report mentioning weapons training generated new speculation. Some commentators questioned whether such instruction was appropriate for the future queen. Others argued that excluding her from these experiences would weaken her understanding of military life. Spain ultimately chose continuity. King Felipe had completed military education. His father, King Juan Carlos I, had done the same. Following that tradition demonstrated the monarchy's enduring connection to the armed forces. For Leonor, participation represented preparation rather than symbolism. It reinforced the constitutional role she will one day hold as commander-in-chief of Spain's armed forces. That responsibility requires knowledge as well as ceremony. Understanding how soldiers train, the standards they follow, and the discipline they maintain helps build mutual respect. Military service is about far more than learning to operate equipment. It teaches decision-making under pressure. It teaches leadership through example. It teaches responsibility for others. Weapons training simply becomes one part of that broader education. Royal experts believe King Felipe appreciates that distinction. As someone who completed similar instruction himself, he understands that military professionalism depends upon preparation rather than appearances. Still, understanding the necessity of training doesn't eliminate parental concern. Every parent hopes their child returns home safely. That instinct doesn't disappear because someone wears a crown. Security planners also carried enormous responsibility. Princess Leonor's participation required coordination between military leadership, royal protection officers, medical personnel, and government officials. Emergency response plans existed before every significant exercise. Communication systems remained active throughout training. Risk assessments were continually updated. These precautions reflected modern military standards rather than extraordinary fears. Spain's armed forces regularly prepare extensively before conducting live-fire activities. Such preparation protects every participant. Leonor's training therefore became a showcase for professionalism. Observers noted her willingness to follow instructions carefully, listen attentively, and approach each task with seriousness. Those qualities earned respect among many military personnel. Rather than seeking attention, she appeared focused on learning. That attitude reinforced the purpose behind her military education. As months passed, public confidence gradually increased. Instead of questioning whether Leonor belonged in uniform, more people began discussing how effectively she had adapted to military life. Her commitment, discipline, and resilience became recurring themes in media coverage. Weapons training represented only one chapter in a much larger journey. She also participated in leadership exercises, field operations, physical conditioning, navigation, teamwork, and military ceremonies. Together, these experiences are designed to prepare her for decades of constitutional service. Looking ahead, Leonor's education will continue through different branches of Spain's armed forces. Each stage introduces new skills, new responsibilities, and new perspectives on military service. While certain advanced or highly specialized operations naturally remain restricted for security reasons, the overall objective remains unchanged. Spain wants its future queen to understand the institution she will one day represent. Whether observing naval operations, learning aviation procedures, or studying military strategy, each experience contributes to that preparation. In the end, perhaps the real story isn't about dangerous weapons at all. It's about responsibility. Responsibility carried by instructors entrusted with training the future queen. Responsibility carried by military leaders balancing realism with safety. Responsibility carried by King Felipe as both monarch and father. And responsibility carried by Princess Leonor herself as she prepares for a lifetime of public service. Her military journey continues to attract worldwide attention not because of dramatic moments, but because it offers a rare glimpse into how a future monarch is prepared for one of Europe's oldest constitutional roles. Every lesson learned today may shape the decisions she makes tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories about Princess Leonor, the Spanish royal family, and the future of the Spanish monarchy. We'll see you in the next video.